Welcome back to Entropia Universe, everybody. We are in the Cyclops depths. This is actually my second attempt at running to the basement. Before I passed and got to this point, what I like to do is try to lure them to an area that isn't going to be in the main running. So as you can see, there's not very many around right now. There's a few I have snagged up in debris. The odd one that's going to be tossing attacks out there. Hopefully we can avoid most of those. Uh, as for getting to the bottom, it can be quite difficult. The best way I feel is just to run like hell. Do your best to try to get down there. See, instead of turning back here, I turned the other way and dragged all those mobs in there deep, so there's probably a pretty bad pit of them somewhere. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend, and the summer, I can't believe here in Canada it's almost over already. I mean, we're not known for our long summers here, but it's nice when you get a few months of warm weather. It seems like it's like 9 months of snow and a month each for the rest. We're skipping down here to the basement. As you can see, we're just trying to avoid. Hopefully we don't get shot down in that time period. I have some speed buffs on. I have a clothing outfit with 20%. As you can see, there's definitely been a high level player coming through here because the Pyromancer is level 300, I believe. He's usually around this area shooting, warping you back to the top. It's pretty hard to get past it at times. That one was level 42, that Thorophoid. He's still got some strength, but hopefully I'll be faster than him at this time period. We're just going to keep trying to push right through that bottom on our death dash. Let's call it a death dash. Because we really don't want to stop. We just want to keep barreling through to that bottom. Now this next part is going to be a little bit more intimidating. It is the Marsamex, and they do look big and nasty. So I can't remember how much damage these guys do. So we're just going to pull over here for a second, see what's the best route to try to take. Let's check this out. Oh shit! Turn around, turn around, turn around. Oh! Okay. They're just kind of running around with our chicken, like a chicken with a head cut off. I think if I come back around here and crisscross around some of this, we can maybe lock a couple of these mobs up. I apologize to the next person that tries to come down here and is doing a death dash. We just want to try to get through these. We may as well just go for it now. There's no point in holding back because we're being attacked. We're taking damage. Luckily, a bunch of them have missed us. I don't know how many of those we would take if they did not miss or evade. Then get to this portal here at the end, and it's going to take you to the actual portion that's safe for the time being until you go to the mob section anyway. So once you hit this portal, it's going to warp you down here. Try not to fall off the edge. I'm not sure what happened, but I can't imagine it would be good. It's a pretty cool dungeon, honestly. This is probably the best looking dungeon and the coolest one in the game. I guess I shouldn't say in the game because there's probably a lot of things that I haven't seen or done in this. So that's probably a little much, but we're at the glass bridge here. You're going to come across like this. I'm not going to explain. I will show a little picture though of where you're supposed to go. Just follow my movements. Try not to hit one that's not supposed to be stepped on. It will warp you back to the part before the Marsamex, and you'll have to come back to this part. It's not a pain in the ass or anything, but it's pretty annoying. And you got to continuously run through, and when those Marsamex chase you, they group up in front of that portal. So it can be pretty tough to get past them at times if you're not prepared to hunt them. Now you think the mobs, I always jump over that last one. I don't know the actual last one. Just jump like hell. If someone does know it, toss it in the comments, or you'll be fine. Just jump. You can make it over that last one. Alright, we're here with the Mind Reavers now. We're going to take some of these down and see what we can find. Is there any markup on this mob? I know they do drop some decent stuff, or they're supposed to. We're going to test it out for ourselves. We're not using anything fancy. We're only using an Ozpin RLB S1X1. It's not very high efficiency. I think it's like 56.7 with the Mayhem amp I have on it. We're going to use a tagger because I don't know the aggro on these, but I know if I get swarmed by them, I probably won't survive. And like I said, it is a pain in the ass to get back here. There is no revive terminal in this portion, so I believe it takes you right back to the beginning of the dungeon. So do keep that in mind if you die down here, that you're going to probably get warped right to the entrance of the dungeon. And that's quite a long journey, right? Now I know everybody's probably looking at the length of this video, an hour and some odd minutes. Yeah, it's quite a long video, but I was tired of speeding it up. I figured let's hunt in real time here. Let's try to make this decent. Mind Reaver's a pretty cool mob. Haven't been in Cyclops depths very much. Perfect. Two already. Let's see how well I can hold up against them. These Mind Reavers can be pretty tough, especially the older ones. It looks like they have a long-range attack and a short range as well. Thankfully, the short range doesn't seem to do as much damage. I noticed that long range does pretty good damage, though. Just chop some of these down, see what we can get. Hopefully we got some good loot. We got about 470 ped. We're gonna need to get back. Now I know decay on the ammo or the armor, but as for any type of markup on the weapon, since it's unlimited and I have had it for a long time, it doesn't cost me anything but the actual value of the ped I'm going to use, which is pretty good, pretty convenient. It makes it worth it to buy an unlimited weapon. I know it's quite the investment up front, but if you can get a decent weapon that you're planning on using for a while, I definitely noticed I do better on my hunts with an unlimited weapon than a limited weapon, especially because you can get really close a lot of times to the actual value that you used in your hunts, but with an unlimited weapon, you don't have to try to cover that markup. So if I buy an R Matrix gun with a 160%, I got to try to cover that extra ped. Like you'll probably get the TT value of everything you had back, but that markup's going to considerably make your loss more likely to happen. So you just got to try to be efficient with what you spend, and you don't want to go overboard, right? Like sometimes I'm not the most efficient hunter. I use basic stuff, and even the Nemesis armor that I have, it is still a couple thousand ped, I believe, after the whole set. But for a set of armor like that, it is a really good set for the buffs it has and the price that you're paying. I don't have a massive ped card right now with, well, my wife would never want me to. If I came into some good money, though, trust me, there'd be some form of investment into the game just because it's something I really enjoy and it's been a part of my life for so many years now. I think like this is my 6th year. I know I haven't really been the most known player or anything like that, but with the amount of players that there is, I just try to stay out of sight, out of mind, I guess you could call it, right? So I just don't get involved in too much or around too many different things. There's so much going on as it is, and you know, obviously I got friends in the game and everything, but as for having a lot of time, I took a big break off of Entropia, and you probably see that on my YouTube account. There was at least a 300-day period where I didn't post anything. I really didn't play a lot. And I should have at least been on Planet Cyrene, collected my lures and my wasp calls, because it's just free ped once you have the items, right? We got these Mind Reavers. They're doing pretty good, though. We're getting some decent loot. Nothing big, nothing major. A lot of shrapnel so far. Got a ways to go. But let's make it a decent one. Not sure what we're going to be talking about the whole time. It's kind of going to be random because it's off the top of the head. I don't really have a plan for this at all. This is more or less just, let's go for it. There might be some spots where there's no talking. I'm going to go have to check on the kids here every now and again. Make a coffee. A coffee might not actually be that bad of an idea. I might go grab one right now. Hold on. I will be right back. Keep watching this hunt. I best not leave this. I thought I could get there and back before this mob was finished, but you know what? My luck, I'd come back and I'd be dead and have to run right back through this. All right. And hey, that. Oh, I thought that said 23. All right. So let's go check out another part of this quick, just to show you guys that there is bigger mobs down here. It's not the only ones that I'm hunting, but I don't want to get too close. As you can see, those Mind Reavers would probably one-shot us right now with the strength of these young and older ones. I just can't see us surviving for very long against it. So let's pop a shot into this old one, and see if we can get some form of decent loot anyway. I'm not positive, but I could have swore that those mushrooms dropped off those Chadriak mushrooms. Probably not pronouncing it right, man. I don't pronounce 90% of the things that I say like that I don't understand or know how to pronounce it right. Most likely going to be able to mess it up once or twice. But that's part of it, right? Everybody messes up. Man, I got to work yesterday. I went to take a drink of my coffee, and they make the holes so small in these little Costco cups that I got. Well, I tilted it upside down, and I guess I'm so used to squeezing the water bottle, like forcing the water bottle, you know, the water out of it. I did that to the coffee cup. Boom! Burst all over me. Right in front of all the guys. They're just like, oh man, I'd go get another coffee. I'm just like, well, what a coincidence, because I've got another coffee. I brought two. It's like I could have seen that happening. I didn't let it wreck my day though. Start the day a little wet. That's never fun, but it is what it is, right? Come on, Mind Reavers. Give us something good. I don't know why I came to Calypso. Anybody that's watched my videos knows that I'm not a huge Calypso fan. But there was I was on Facebook and I seen Entropia Gold, the gold grinder from Miss Pudding. And I was gonna go to the land area there and grind some Aatrox or maybe some Nikanu or Scipulars. Ended up hunting some the Bearclids and the Combibos. Laugh at the way I pronounce them in the chat, that's fine. Anyway, I went and hunted them. I did pretty good. I didn't do too bad. I came out with a little bit of a loss. And then I figured, why not we come to Cyclops Depths with the remaining ped that I'd brought with me from Planet Cyrene. I only brought a certain amount with me. I think it was 650, 645 or something in total. So we have 470, which means we didn't do great on the berry hunt. But this hunt, I'm hoping for something better. I don't know. I felt like some sort of Hoth energy down here, but I could have been sadly mistaken. Well, at least hopefully some decent loot. If we can come out with a little bit more and go back to Planet Cyrene with just a small loss, I'll be fine with that, because Cyrene has been awesome for me on loot. The last 4 hunts I've been in the positive, which is pretty good. That's why I continue to use my sword now. This sword has been really lucky to me. My Final Fantasy VII sword. The Ultima weapon. Now, I'm sure someone's played that game before. Someone has to get that reference. That's the whole reason I got it. Actually, when I went to get it, the person that I went to buy the sword from actually had the S1X1 and the S1X2 Ozpin RLB. But at the time, I didn't have the skill level to use it, and I should have bought them both. One was 1,000 ped, and one was 800. I could have got them both. I should have too, because it would have been it's the same looking sword. It looks the same, but it's just stronger. Alright, I'm feeling something here. Gotta get some sort of loot. Come on. I don't think it takes... I think it takes about 3 ped to kill them, so... Let's come over to this side here and see what's happening over here. Oh, that's actually the side that we started on. I see the glass bridge. I call it the glass bridge. My wife and my kids play Roblox quite a bit, and they do this impossible glass bridge thing. Myself, I usually just watch the others and then map it out as they go, so I can just skip right through it nice and quick, which is what I did with this. In the past, when I needed to find out it's very hard to find any video of actually how to cross the bridge. So it was a big trial and error. Like, I just went through and then marked it all out, and that's how I got that little map that I put on the screen earlier. Alright. Heal up for a moment. Alright. Just grabbed the coffee. Get that real quick while we're standing here. Be right back. Alright. That wasn't too long. Pretty much already had it made. I just gotta grab my cup. I know people aren't a big fan of the drinking while, so I'll try to keep my slurps and squirts, or whatever it's called, to a minimum. If you could hear that, I apologize. Someone got hurt out there. One of my kids got a little, maybe not hurt. I wouldn't say hurt, because she is a caveman in baby form. I'm telling you, I've never seen a kid run across gravel like this kid. But that's a story for another day. She stopped crying. I know it sounds bad, but I mean, come on. You can't rush to them for every little thing. Okay. Let's continue our hunt. Shoot another one of these here in a second. Just trying to listen to what's going on out there in the living room. Nothing good, I'd imagine. That's rare. You go out there, find the whole house cleaned or something. That's a parent's dream, is it not? At one point in time, I thought we had kids that would, you have multiples and they play with each other. No, no, no. That's just more to play with you. As a matter of fact, they hate playing with each other. It's the exact opposite of what happened. That's okay though. We actually all started a martial art class together, which has been pretty fun. I don't know if it's good for me or bad yet. They're just getting stronger. I don't know. I'm just getting the respect is huge from it. They've both been having a lot of fun. Keeps them exercise, keeps them active, right? So I'm just curious as to when we're gonna get a decent little global. Our swordsman skill has been going up pretty good, it seems. We're at 45 and pretty far past that bar already. Should get a global soon, you would think. Like, these mobs are fairly decent. Oh my good. Ludius must have been listening. Thank you, Ludius. I guess asking you will receive. Although that doesn't usually happen for me in this game. If I ask for a global, it's most likely I'm going to lose. It's kind of like when it's the opposite, you know? Oh my god. Oh, kids, man. Running through the halls, destroying stuff. They're out on the trampoline now. I sent them outside. Get some fresh air. I'm watching them out of the window here just to make sure they're okay. But with the two older ones, they should be fine. Now we're going to continue this hunt, hopefully. Gets, oh no. I heard the door already. Oh no. Okay, good. That was the bathroom door. Woo! I'm gonna say. We got a private message, it looks. I wonder who from. I'll check it out here in a second. It hasn't gotten anything too good. I think we've only gotten like shrapnel and kidney oil from these things so far. I'm not sure if they have any better loot than that, or if it's just going to continuously be shrapnel and kidney oil. When they die at first, that first sound they make is almost like, to me, it almost sounds like the start of a Hoff. So it's like every kill, I'm looking for swirls. I'm looking for it. We're basically getting about a ped per, I'd say. Nothing serious right now. There has been a few decent loots, I would say. As for the grand scale of it, I think we're still up so far because of that global. If we can get another global and a couple big loots over the course of this video, we should be fairly good. Like I said, we need to get at least past, I would say, 480, just to be safe. Even though I know I only started with about 470 ped on that sword, it would be good to hit that 480 mark just so we know for certain that we did cross that positive threshold with decay. Anything around that point will just be about breaking even. Oh. You hear that in the background. It's hard to find time to do this. Honestly, it's very difficult to find time to actually make a video. I have nowhere to go. I'm actually shoved into the garage right now. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I got my coffee. I got my bag of greeneries, you could say. My salad. Just so we know, it's not actual salad. Well, I won't say. Alright, that was not too bad for loot on that one. Hopefully we can get something decent. A nice... A few more gold. You know what? I don't even... I know the loot has been decent. I've gotten a few decent loots over the course of this hunt so far. I haven't done a whole lot of Mind Reaver hunting. I believe this is the real first time that I've done any pet. I've made it to Cyclops depths before, but I believe I've only hunted a couple of them with an R matrix at that point. So I figured I'd come down here. Let's give an actual hunt of some magnitude. It's still a small hunt overall in the grand scale of things. Like 470 pet is a very small hunt compared to people, you know, the Uber people and players that are quite a bit higher level than myself. I have a budget. I keep below that if I can. I haven't actually deposited any money to the game for quite a while now. I'm just kind of cycling that same ped that I've had, and I've been lucky. I had about 600 ped-ish, and I'm around that area still. We'll see how we are after this hunt. I don't know how much markup we're going to get off of these just by the amount of loot that we've been getting. It doesn't seem like they got any type of markup on them. There might be a rare item that they do drop. I would have to check the site, but as for coming in here for a sustainable thing, I think the Marsomex might be better to hunt. I'm not honestly sure what drops the mushrooms for the FAP upgrade, or if they still drop at all, as this is not an area that I'm very well aware of. I would love to come down here and do a big hunt with a teammate or something like that, but I've been trying to hunt Lazadol back on Cyrene, but my buddy that we used to hunt together, he's been taking some time off the game for the time period, which is completely understandable. I just did the same. And once you get out of playing, it's hard to jump back into it. Like, a lot of times when I wasn't playing, I would just log in and then I would just stand there, not play anything. I wouldn't do anything. I would just have the game on in the background, really. It's kind of pointless, but I don't know. And then every now and again I'd run over and start hunting, and it's like, wow, that's pretty fun. Maybe I should go shoot some more. And now I have to try to limit myself to what I play because I'm fully back into it now. I'll look at the wife first, right? Like, is it okay to play type thing, you know? Do we have the time? If it's after 9 o'clock, I know that I probably don't have much time. Maybe like a 400 or 500 ped hunt. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can't. Won't be able to do that. It's just, it takes, with this sword, a 470 ped hunt takes about an hour and a half. And that's if you're shooting constant or swinging it constantly. So trying to keep this. I'm in a camping chair right now with my computer on a sheet of drywall in my garage. No big deal. Pretty crazy though when we got a full fucking house with rooms and comfy stuff, but I'll come to the garage to record a video. That's fine with me. You know what? I'll take silence any day. And I'll probably regret that one day because once the kids are all gone, the noise will definitely go down and I'll probably regret that, but I'm just thinking like the 10, 15, 20 minutes worth of silence I get to do a little bit here, do a little bit there is still pretty sweet. Come on, Mind Reavers. Not very much. See, as you can see, we've got kidney oil and shrapnel. I'm gonna convert some ammo just so I have some. I converted too little. Just so I got some stuff for my chip. I can continue healing. Obviously, my armor's getting lower on trade terminal value because it's not doing as much protecting as I would like it to. Still keeping me alive, right? Oh, Aatrox Paradise, Entropia Gold. I just seen another post, and the gold grinder jackpot for Aatrox is over 9,000 ped, I believe, right now. So I'm highly considering staying on Calypso and at least trying a really decent hunt, over 1,000 ped hunt. And I know that, like I said, that's not a majorly big hunt or anything, but I wouldn't want to commit to too much because Aatrox isn't the most markup sustainable mob overall. Don't think it has anything for markup other than trade terminal crap. It's been a while since I've hunted Aatrox. I used to really like hunting them, but over the years I've tried to stick on a certain planet, and when updates come and you have a ton of planet loot, like over Cyrene, over the course of all those updates that they've done, well, other than within the last year, I haven't been anywhere near prepared to where I was years ago. But when Cyrene years ago wasn't as situated as it is now, and I started hunting and gathering all this loot that had no value, no nothing, and then when they started updating and giving those loot uses, that's when the markup shot up and you can make a killing on a lot of it, especially if you're here all the time, because eventually a lot of the loot that has no use will get use eventually. And if you can have those things, and I know not everybody's got the ped card to stockpile everything. I'm not talking about your oils, like your animal oil and residue and stuff. I'm talking about like Cyrene specific loots. That was the stuff that I was saving. And it's like that on any planet, right? If you go there for long enough and you build up a whole lot of stuff. Rocktropia, for instance. Rock bucks. The presidential 2-ped cards. There's a lot of things that really don't have a use, but with the way Rocktropia is going into the future, those things might have a huge use. They just got those Rocktropia shares. They have a new, I believe they're somewhat trying to take it back from Neverdie, but we'll see how the future goes, right? It's kind of like anything. I guess it happens in the real world too. Like when I was a kid, if you would have saved all your cards or baseball cards or Pokemon cards or whatever kind of Yu-Gi-Oh, any of them, and had any type of thing in the box, Game Boy games, Nintendo games, anything like that would have a crazy amount of value if it was still sealed in the package. So that's what I've started to do. We've started to collect things, just leaving them in the package, storing them away in a nice dry safe area, just to make sure that, you know, I got 4 kids. I gotta have some sort of backup plan, and I'm not relying on. Oh, that was a decent one. 32 ped on that one. You can't rely on the future, right? I'm not saying these little pieces of paper are going to be worth a lot one day, but if I was a kid and I did that, probably could have sold those for a little bit more than I bought them for back then. Or my parents, I guess you would have to say. As a kid, you don't really have money. We're getting that was a decent loot there. 31 ped, it's kind of like a mini global. I wouldn't specifically say that the loot's been really great. We did get a global, we've gotten a couple big ones. If we can hit one more global, we'll probably be in the positive. That's going to determine it. These next 900 and some odd shots, swings, I guess you could say, slashes. Alright. See how we can make out on this last little bit. Or however many it is. 1,800. My eyes aren't the greatest, honestly. Yes, for sure. Go ahead, you can add me, that's fine. Nice. That's decent. Only 51 ped, but still, every little bit helps. Every global is going to make that a little more achievable to reach. Kind of hoping for a Hoff in this basement here, but we'll deal with a global. I'll take it. Not gonna shut it down, that's for sure. Nope, Mind Dark, you can keep your globals, okay? Getting quite a bit of skill off of this too. trying to work with my sword more than my gun. You can build up that strength training, be able to carry more weight, increases your health pretty quick. Lots of benefits to using a melee weapon in this game. I've used laser sniper since I started. I'm at about level 73 with it. With my hit, the damage I think is 68. But I figure lately, let's just try to use this sword. I've been doing really good with the hunts. A lot better than I thought I would be. And I will tell you, I'm at tier 6.51 right now. I got it at tier 6.00. To get from 51.51 to 0.52, I've used close to a few thousand peds so far, and it will not, it won't go up. So tiering to tier 10 is going to take quite some time. I really should be using damage enhancers on this. I think for the future, I'm going to try to get a couple stacks of them. Tier 6 should increase the speed of the hunt, the damage that I do. Might even help me out efficiency-wise. As I said in previous videos, none of my videos are actual advice. All I'm doing is creating content for a game that I truly enjoy playing. Honestly, I don't care about views. I don't give a fuck about subscribers. Obviously, it's nice that you guys subscribe and watch the channel. But overall, I mean, if I was out for views, I'd probably play a different game, right? If I was out for money, if I was out for views, I wouldn't be playing a game like Entropia Universe that is, it's not really like you're not going to get rich off of creating content for this game. There just isn't the population for it. There is a lot of people that are diehard fans of it, but as for the actual game itself, there's only so much you can do with the YouTube version of it. So it's not like I care about views. If I do a decent video and you guys like it, that's just the bonus, right? But that's not what I'm scoring for. Nice, 3153. This is just more for me to gain experience creating content, editing videos. I like to do that type of thing. It's not like if I really wanted to, like my son and I have a pretty crazy world of Minecraft. I play a lot of different games as well. I would probably do something more like that if I was going to do something and create content off that game if I really wanted to. But this is the game that I enjoy playing the most, so I figure since right now isn't a great time for me to create content based on a game because of how many kids I got, it's just impossible to find the quiet time in the room. I'd have to actually physically build a soundproof room to be able to film and do something like that, right? It's just not what I would think would be good. See, I'm a tradesman. I'm an interior systems mechanic. I've been in the trades for this is my 19th year. I dropped out of high school. So I've been in the trades ever since. And if I was going to do something like that, I had my own private thing for many years, but now that my kids are all here, I took a step back. I'm just working for a company right now as a journeyman, just getting my weeks in just so I can see my kids more often. But what I would like to do, and I think would be a good idea, would be to have like a construction channel where you go and you do your private jobs. Obviously, you'd have to charge at first, but once you get on your feet and you get going with your channel and you start seeing the content go up, the content should pay for the jobs that you could do for free now. So I would go do jobs for free, interior jobs, framing, carpet, whatever needs to be done. I just did a private job yesterday where the older gentleman wanted a barn-style door build out in front of his laundry room. So I framed it all up. I had to drill through his very, very nice old ceramic tile. That went really well, actually. I don't really like drilling through tile. It's risky, especially with an old house. But managed to get it done for him yesterday. I went in the morning, took some plastic bottles back to the redemption center. Then I hit his house up, finished the job for him. Just like you actually earlier, his wife comes back on the 28th and he wants to surprise her. So I made sure I had cleared time for him And this guy was old school, man. Like usually, like sometimes homeowners can be not very trustworthy. This guy and I agreed on the deal, and he put his hand out as a shake, and that showed a huge sign of respect. I was able to trust that he was a good guy. So I didn't end up. I just said whatever you feel is comfortable with the pay, you can do that. I'm good with that. It only took me 2 hours, so I wasn't gonna overcharge him. The smile on his face was pretty big payment enough, I would say. Honestly, that to me is what I enjoy about my job. I know jobs can be shitty, but I was, like think about it. We live in probably the not for everybody now, don't get me wrong, the world is a fucked up place, but thousands of years ago, people used to dream of living how some people live today. And a lot of us get to live very, very comfortable lives all around the world. Not everybody, I'm not saying that. The world is a very tumultuous place, very tough, difficult. But on the grand scale of things, like 1,000 years ago was probably pretty difficult in a lot of different ways. I'm sure that if you complain to someone from back then about how difficult it is today in your air-conditioned house or your fancy car, or your office job, whichever kind of thing you do, I mean, it's probably, you know, so that's kind of the way I look at it. Could always be worse, right? You got to be grateful for what you got. That's kind of what entropy is like as well. This you obviously want to get a lot of ped and stuff, but you also got to be happy with what you got. I like my gear. I'm fine with that. I have a few friends that just have a shitload of nice stuff. And I wish I had that stuff too, but it's just, I'm fine with it. They offer to borrow. You want to borrow it? You want to borrow the mace? No, 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 no. No, I'm okay. I appreciate it though. But I already know that that's kind of out of my range in this. I'm a low budget player here. Well, maybe not. I guess maybe mid. You should say mid. It's not. I do have a few hundred ped here and there in the game, but I'm definitely not high level or uber level player. That's for sure. I don't think you're considered uber till you're like level 400 now. Pretty big. In comparison, it's like I don't know how much. It would take a long time for me to get to that level. I just don't have the time. My time, and you can see my name has time right in it. That was something my son at the time, this was back in like 2018, he was only 5 years old, and I was a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards back. I like to collect them. I grew up with that type of thing, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm an anime fan. I like that shit too. Whatever kind of thing like that you can get into, I was into at some point. Anyway, he really liked the look of the one magician, so he suggested that, and I went with it. I went with my actual name. Awful decision, but that was because when I started, I'd seen the top 10 list of Guinness Book of World Records. John Never Die Jacobs. I figured his name was John Jacobs, right? Used his real name, so I was like, oh, all the big players use their real names, right? I don't know. I was a newbie. I didn't know. It was back in 2018. I got into it. Walking around, found a piece of fruit, and I thought I hit the jackpot. I'm like, oh my god, I found a rare item. It was paplon or something, just some sort of fruit. I thought that was. I think back to now and I laugh about it. Or I hit a mining claim with a TT finder and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make so much money playing this game. uh, but I didn't know at the time, right? It was more like you're trying to wing it. I didn't know. I seen Guinness Book of World Records. Mortgages actual home and creates Club Never Die, sells it for such amount of money. I mean, which kid doesn't want? Like that's what we were told when we were kids. Put those damn video games away. You'll never make any money playing them. Well, look at us now. I may not make any money off video games, but I know some people that do. Me? I still play for fun. I like the old school games, man. I'm an old school person like that. I may not sound like it sometimes when I talk, but I like the old school shit. I'd rather have, you know, the classic games. I like new games. Like, trust me, my wife and I, we play some Call of Duty. We play a lot of those games, but when it comes down to the old school ones, they hit a nostalgic point. Like when I hit up Nintendo 64, I got some emulators. I mean, shh, don't say that out loud, but you play with those, and it's just got all those classic games. I was playing some Mystical Ninja for Nintendo 64 the other day. Come on. But the emulator wouldn't get past a certain point. There was a glitch, obviously, and the thing that I needed didn't exist in the game. So I had to give up on that, but still, the nostalgia portion of it hits deep. I did see the new crafting machine's pretty cool, though, how you can put it on automatic. That's one thing that I wanted to talk about. That's for like explosive projectiles. You put 1,000 ped on explosive projectiles 1 or 2 or something, and then just walk away. Go do your hunt. Now it's like you got your craftings going up in skill. Like this, it must collect the skill and the ped and everything, because it doesn't seem like you get the skill while it's on automatic until afterwards, I believe, right? Would that be how it would work? I'm not a major crafter. The most crafting I've done would be explosive projectiles 1 and 2. I like the number 2. It's not bad. I would just put a buttload of clicks on it, and then I used to walk away, but now it seems like you can continue to play the game. You don't have to stand there for hours while it clicks, right? Which is pretty good. Oh man, another weekend halfway done already. They go so damn quick. You work all week, you get 2 days off, filled with chores, listening to your kids run around the house. Oh, I tell you, school's coming here real soon, though. A week and a half, I think it is. School! Get those kids back there, tire them out a little bit. Even out the odds on the playing field. Try not to make too much noise on this damn camping chair here. It's one of those chairs that like you move like 1/4 of an inch and this thing turns. Pretty loud. Well, see the one shooting a long range attack. That one's powerful. Sounds like a corrosive attack chip almost. Right now, it seems like my armor needs to be repaired. What we're trying to do is just make it through this hunt and see if there is no markup, or if there is markup. I can already predict that this mob would not be great to hunt for markup. I'm only hunting it right now out of sheer curiosity and the fact that I thought there was going to be a Hoff down here. Might not be my Hoff, but I felt like there might be a Hoff in the near future down in this Cyclops depths. As it's quite a difficult area to get, mostly I would say that it's people that have put quite a bit. It's really hard to get down to the bottom. If that pyromancer isn't done, just run like hell. You gotta do a death dash. So I would say it's probably more like higher level players in here. This is almost out of my range, to be honest. I can hunt these mobs, but this is my limit. I wouldn't be able to hunt any of the bigger ones. I can hunt the Marsomex, the low-level Marsomex and the low-level Mind Reavers. But as for anything else, I don't think I would be able to handle it by myself down here. The mobs get pretty high level. And I'm not sure if the loot changes depending on how high the level is. They should be able to drop the same stuff no matter what level it is, I would say. For the most part. But if anybody knows if the higher level ones of these drop anything decent markup wise, I know that well, I'm not sure of these, but I could have swore that some of the mushrooms for those FAPs came from these Cyclops depths. Seems like we're not getting too much for loot. I know that we're I think I heard my name. Okay, well there wasn't a second column, but if I hear my name I might have to go check that out for a second. I like to heal up before every one of these things. It seems like they're starting to do some decent damage. Luckily I got lifesteal, so that kind of helps balance out. But yeah, look at 2 hits and he's almost got half my health down. Level 21. If I was having 2 of these level 21s, it would probably be really hard to stay alive. I'd have to get lucky. The armor's definitely weak right now. I'm gonna have to fully repair that after this hunt. I haven't repaired it in a few hunts, so I'm sure the TT value didn't go down a whole lot of this, but I would say that you need to factor in 10% of just to try to get over. I just do a lot of close enough numbers, you know. You need to get right down to the number for sure. But for me, it's good enough, close enough. If I'm below, if I'm above, you can tell pretty much by the amount that you bring back. We aren't doing bad with this one though. I've been saving all my codex. I have probably a whole ton of it to collect. I'm thinking about doing it in one of the next videos. I'm not sure. See how much skill we can gather up. It'd be nice to get to a higher level before I collect it all. Try to collect all the good stuff at once. Boost the level. I apologize. Getting a little distracted right now. I hear some nonsense in the background that I have to be aware at all times. Like a ninja, you know. I'm not sure what's going on up there, but I think this is the most silence that I've gotten in a while. I'm surprised the garage door hasn't opened, to be honest. Kidney oil. That's about all we've gotten. And I don't think the markup on kidney oil is too great. We got dark slate gray paint. Don't think I've gotten too much of that. I think the most expensive paint that I've looted before would be the black paint, maybe. It's a ped per. I think it is a ped per paint can. I've gotten it from the great sea beast Lazadol. Be pretty cool to do something in black though. So I've been saving it up. At least get one spot. Thinking like black with some I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not too much of a designer when it comes to clothes. I don't think I've ever colored anything in this. Never textured, never colored, nothing. So I probably should do that. One of the missions on Cyrene that... Oh, shit. Oh, that's another good one. Look at 31. So we're getting a lot of mini globals. We're not getting any big globals, like real ones, but I'll take a whole bunch of good little ones like that over one decent global that doesn't make me go over the positive. So if I get 5 little 30 ped global or little 30 ped minis, that still adds up to 150 ped. I don't need to swirl that bad. Although it's a huge boost to the euphoria senses, I would rather end up with a whole bunch of good loots off of the mob itself. That's what I was saying about this sword earlier in the video. This one has been really good luck to me lately. It seems like it's one of those swords that's just been... I'm going to continue to use it. I would really like to try out the damage enhancers. Maybe do a... that's probably a decent idea. Start with a 500 ped hunt or something. Well, because that's like a 2-hour video as it is. I'll do one without enhancers, and then I'll do one with enhancers, and we'll compare everything that happens afterwards. Same mob. Once the sword has enhancers in one, the sword doesn't have enhancers in the other. That would... I'm interested myself to see what the differences would be. I think it has the potential to be a bigger loss with the damage enhancers because they cost more ped. But I think that if you did get a global, that extra use and extra decay would probably make that global bigger. Like I said, this sword doesn't have a whole shitload of efficiency. It's only 56.7 or something. It's not a highly efficient sword. There's definitely no sacrificial dagger, that's for sure. But with the hunts that I've been having, the last few hunts with this sword have been in the positive, other than when I was on the Barriclids and Combibos recently. That was a 170 ped loss. But the rest of the hunts have all been over 100 plus on Cyrene. Like even just doing the dailies on that planet, I've been getting globals off of almost every run that I do. The last 2-3 times on Devastators, the Devastator Sea Wraiths, I got a couple globals, Swamp Lurkers, Dire Weeds, and each mob, like you can throw a dart on Cyrene and pretty much hit a mob that has some form of markup these days. Not saying they all do, trust me, they don't all do, but there is a good chunk of mobs on that planet, especially scout bots or panelions or something. There is definitely good little mobs there for new players, that's for sure. Obviously, I'm going to speak highly of the planet that I enjoy the most, right? Rocktropia, Cyrene. Obviously, I like Tulin, and I've been on Arcadia. I was doing the dropship mission. Next Island, I've never really... I think it's interesting, like it's a great planet, but it's never been one of the ones that I've been drawn to. I don't know that I think everybody has that, right? The visuals alone attract me to Cyrene. I don't know, there's just something about it. When I get to the planet, it's like, yes, this is great. I'm home. Calypso's nice. It's like I feel like I'm on vacation when I'm in Calypso. Like I'm not supposed to be there, but it's fun to be there for a time, a short time, but a time. Check my dailies, see if there's any of the bonus with Gib Nibs or something. As for Next Island, that's just Arcadia, Next Island. Never been drawn to them really. Because as I've said earlier, I like to stay on the one planet. So Cyrene was the first planet I ever ventured off to in the universe. And then from there, I checked out Rocktropia, and maybe that's why I have some sort of bias to them. It hits deep with nostalgia purposes. But so right now, we are definitely trying to stay alive. If we get sent to the top, this hunt's over. I'm not running back down here, so we'll have to just make do with that. But it looks like that will not be the case. We are kicking their asses right now. Taking some of the loot back. I appreciate everybody joining for this video. If you're watching, if you're still watching, if you're not watching, that's all good with me. As I stated, I'm not in this for views or monetization or any of that crap. All I care about is making content for a game that I enjoy. If you guys want to come along for the ride, click that button. If you don't click that button. I mean, pretty simple. But as for my feelings, don't ever be concerned about my feelings getting hurt. I try to be a fairly positive person. There might be a time or two when you hit some negativity, but I think that's life, right? Alright. Hit us with a big Hoff. If we could imagine. 64,000 ped. Fuck, I'd be happy with 640. I'd be happy to get my 470 plus back. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not trying to yawn on the video here. We just got back from a karate class not too long ago there, and he is a tough guy. We do a lot of old school stuff. It's an old school traditional martial art, and he is, the only thing he doesn't do is hit with sticks. He even said that to me. He's like, make sure this doesn't happen again. He's like, back in the old day I used to smack you with a stick. It's like, but if I did that now, I'd have no students. Back then they used to take that shit. Nowadays that stuff doesn't fly. He went to grab a mop and bucket today, and I said, you want some help? I got 2 kids right there willing. My son, he knew I was dead serious too. The sensei made a joke out of it, but I was serious. I would have absolutely watched that. No, I would have helped too. Not gonna do that. Gotta lead by example, right? You want to be a leader, you gotta stand tall and show them how it's done. I won't be raising no disrespectful kids, that's for sure. That's what I told him. He made a rude comment about my wife a while back. I told him I'll smack him right in his head if he doesn't stop that. I was like, what do you mean? I said, don't ever do that again. And I was dead serious too. I don't agree with kids being able to be disrespectful with no consequences. It's not the way I like to do things. Actions need to have consequences. Now I know a lot of my viewers are spread out all over the world, but here in Canada the teachers are almost afraid of some of the students in the schools, and I don't agree with that personally. Ooh, that's a nice one. Look at that, 46.42. That was pretty much a global right there. See, there's another one. So we've got a few 30 petters. We got a nice 42 with just those alone. Then our 2 globals. Oh, this will be a decent hunt for sure. We're in the positive on this hunt. Every time it gets close to the end, it's like, oh, come on, give us another one. This has been good for loot, so let's keep her going. Don't be shy, I take all ped. All ped transactions can come through this account. That's fine with me. Mindark's been pretty nice to me recently. Ped-wise, anyway. I don't know about... I haven't really communicated with any Mindark. But ped-wise, Ludius has been pretty good. Other than that last hunt, I suppose, but still. And the mining runs that I had were not very successful. Actually, after that last one I did like 5 or 6 more. I lost on everyone. I was like, I'm gonna stop with the mining. So I made it down to like 400 ped. And I was like, And I was a little upset. I was like, ah, shit. I was doing so good with all my hunting. I was up to 850 ped. You know, I was starting to build up quite big just from the hunting. And so I said, you know what, that's it. No more mining, let's go back hunting. Got 200 ped plus on that first hunt, so I was back up to 600. The next hunt, I got another 100 and some odd ped, so I was over 7 again. It's like, why did I even stop hunting? I went mining because I was working on that Zin rucksack, and I'm working on Miner's Paradise 5 right now, which I think is 90 ped of prospector and mining skill. That is a lot of ped worth of skill. You know how long it would take you to get that much skill if you actually mined? So, I over time, I do work on it here and there, try to make it a little bit at a time. You can't, because that's a lot. 30,000, you have to get 30,000 points from claims, and it's just like the mining irons, right? You get a certain amount per size claim. I'm definitely curious to see what kind of ped we've gotten so far. As for markup, I apologize, but this markup, no markup video, I'm going to determine right now as 0 markup on these mobs. There's nothing worth hunting down here on them. They're definitely a fun mob, but if you're looking for some form of high markup loot, I wouldn't come to Mind Reapers. But that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you guys how to play the game. As for me, this is more of a fun-based hunt out of curiosity. Cyclops Depths, I felt, is a pretty fun place. Oh, there's another 19.63 ped. That's still, every one of those adds up quick. So I'd rather have a whole ton of those 20 ped loots than to get shit loot through the whole hunt in one global. Because it's the balance that it sends you up. You want to get continuous decent loots. But I've also been committing more to my hunts lately. So when I do go for a hunt, I make sure that I commit to it fully. Even if the loot is somewhat bad, I'll continuously hunt it until that hunt is over, because with the Mang Chang on the first big hunt that I did as coming back, I got one global at the very beginning, and then within my last 3 kills, I got another 150 ped global, and it pushed me up over. Then when I was doing my dailies on the scout bots, I got 154 ped global. Jeez. Cyrene. I come to Calypso, I can't even get a global. I did a full hunt on berries and Combibos, didn't get nothing. It's just the way it is, though. I think when you're on the same planet too, you have better luck. Hit us with another 40 petter. Doesn't need to be a global. I'll take it all. See, 1.42. I don't think it takes much more than 0.18 per swing, and I'd say about 2 ped per kill it cost me to kill these. We're getting down there, though. Pretty good. I'm excited for this video. You know what? I think playing live in real time like this will be a better video. Honestly, I think people actually want to watch the gameplay more so than just see a sped through version and the result. I'm not honestly sure, right? Like I said, I do what I feel I want at that time period. I'm a very play it by ear type person. Like, just wing it the whole way through. Just like this. There's going to be a lot of off topics. There's going to be times when I get off of what I was saying and jump to something else based off of a good loot. It's just the way my mind works. I'm more of a sporadic person that way. When I get dedicated to something, though, I'm stuck to it. Like, Entropy has been the one game that I've really been dedicated to. Martial arts work, my construction work. But as for the order and everything that goes, like, I'm very sporadic. Everything gets jumbled up pretty quick. What I'm doing one thing, I could get bored of it fairly easy and jump to another. I'm going to step away from the computer for a second here while I kill this mob, just so I can drink my coffee a little bit. I don't really want to slurp it right near the mic area, you know? I try to keep all my annoying sounds and habits down. Alright, 1 second here. Let's hit up this next mob. And then I'm going to go real quick. What's that? Alright, we're back. Come on, stay alive. Oh, after this, I think we're going to go to the provincial park over here. Go for a swim, possibly. It's a beautiful day. I apologize if you can hear any of the family stuff going in the background. I'm trying to talk over it, but... Not too many of these hits left, a couple hundred, 800 or so. Let's see what kind of loot we get out of this situation. And that'll be it. I'm actually pretty excited to post this video, seeing as it's a longer one, where I've continued to wing it through the majority of the video. I'm curious to see what kind of loot we're going to get back as well. Obviously, the markup is not going to be there. This is a no markup zone for Mind Reavers. For myself, anyway. Like I said, maybe someone else will have better luck with them and get better stuff. We're getting quite a bit of skill. Getting some decent loot. What can you ask for? Mainly like to show the result in the majority of them. Got some 3-ped with the dark slate gray. I bet you that would look good with geez, I don't even know what color. There's so many new textures and colors out there. Really difficult to make something look nice, I would say. I've never been an interior designer or a designer of any sort. I can build it, but as for actually designing something like clothing or color-wise, my wife is all over that. Come on. We get one more global or one more decent pet, we'll be doing alright. I think we'll be at least 60-70 pet over. Which isn't a lot, but every bit that you don't go down is always a bonus, right? Oh, that was a pretty nice kick. I must not have been paying attention. I wasn't seeing that they were doing spinning heel hooks. So I got several attacks, it looks. Their long distance one is dangerous, I feel, though. I don't want to be anywhere near that one. I don't know if I could take 3 of them on at a time. 2 of them, I think, was my limit. Quite warm out today. I'm gonna go for a walk, hit the beach up, go for a swim, I think. something to do. Yeah, my armor's definitely getting deteriorated here. You can see that I have to heal a little more, especially with the old ones. They're pretty powerful. Just getting something taken care of here for the walk. Make sure I'm prepared. Can you hear that? That was a kid's toy. That's a kid's toy in the background right now, okay? I'm going to try to stop it here in a second. But I'm sitting with my computer across from the garage, and that toy activates on a push sensor. So something would have had to have pushed it, and I'm in the garage by myself right now. Now, it's not the first time that's happened. I've been sitting out here before, and there's this little children's car that just goes off at like 2, 3 a.m. and it says, "Come play with me." And it's like, geez, the hairs stick up on the back of my neck. I don't know. That freaked me out. I've been in here for an hour and a half, hour and 16 minutes so far, and that hasn't happened once. Now all of a sudden, something just pushes it to, I don't know, could be a manufacturing thing. It's like a little oven though. See, there it goes again. What the fuck? 1 second, let me get this. Alright, that should do it, hopefully. Just smack the crap out of it. I don't know if you heard that or not, but as the video goes on, I found myself recently switched from coffee to beer. Good choice, right? What's the harm in playing one of your favorite games with a beer and possible legal, illegal cigarettes, I guess you could call them, depending on where you're stationed in the world? I feel it was a good decision, personally. Saturday night, it's been a busy weekend already. We've done quite a bit, we accomplished quite a bit. I'm just trying to accomplish some loot now, that's all we need. If we can accomplish a good loot score, then this will be the perfect weekend. Up to, well, maybe not perfect, but you know, it's pretty good. You can't complain there. So we are outside now, and hopefully a bear does not come in. They did steal a bag of my garbage last night while I was sitting out here. That has been quite a pain in the ass. Now I gotta go track through the bush and try to locate all that garbage that they fucking brought in there. But you can't really be mad at them because they're just trying to feed their young too, right? It's a mama bear with her cubs, so I mean it is what it is. I shouldn't leave my garbage bin outside, but at the same time, I mean, however, if the tables were turned, I would probably do the same for my kid. If I needed to feed them, I'd do whatever it takes, right? That's just what parents do. Hell, I'd do whatever it takes to feed myself. And I like to eat, personally. I don't eat much during the day while I'm at work, but there's another 10 ped there, or 948. It's not too bad. Getting to the end there. We got about 710 left. I apologize if my beer can and drinking noises are a little loud. Trust me, I try to keep her quiet. I don't know how good this mic is, but I know it picks up some of the family drama in the background, so I'm hoping that some of those secretive farts that I made earlier on film didn't pop into her. Sounds quiet to me, right? It sounds quiet, but when you're that fucking mic, man, it picks everything up. You don't even think it does. Next thing you know, I'm listening to it and just like, who the fuck is breathing so heavy? Oh wait, that's me. I'm the one breathing heavy. So I try to lean back until I actually got to talk, and then I just talk to it quickly, go back for a breath, duck in for some more words, pop back out for a breath. No, I'm kidding. I don't really give a shit that much, but right now I'm just having some fun. It is Saturday night. We're probably gonna go make a pizza. I bought a pizza from Sobeys earlier. Probably cook that and have a late night movie or something. I don't know. Something fun. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. It does seem to go very quick every single time. It might be depending on which time zone you're in. I don't know what time it is right now, but hopefully you're having a good one. I appreciate you watching this far. If you have, it is one of my longer videos where we're doing the full hunt in the real time. We're not speeding this one up. I'm gonna try to do actual videos of real length with actual, a hunt. And if you like that, let me know. I said earlier, I don't really care about likes or video or views or subscribers or any of that shit. I'm doing this more because I like it. I'm trying to learn. If I really wanted to do something for views, I have several ideas that I could get views with, but with my time right now, it's not something that's concerning to me. With work and everything like that, views are the last thing on my mind. This is very difficult to come up with any type of content or video just because I don't really have the time to do it. Especially an hour and 42 minutes or something, or however long, I don't know, 3 hours, however fucking long this hunt's gonna be. I can say by the amount of swings that I got, it probably will be about another 20 minutes or so. Oh, man. They're definitely getting there. I do like the Cyclops depths. Maybe I'll try a Marsomex hunt sometimes. I'm not on Calypso very often, so this is very rare for me to be here hunting. When most of the mobs on Calypso, there's really no point in doing a markup, no markup video on a mob on Calypso because there's really not a lot of markup on this planet. It is a good planet, especially for selling things. You can sell things in bulk pretty quick on Calypso in comparison to other planets, but if you're searching for more markup, sorry, there's a plumbing pipe right by me and the fucking thing just started going off. There's always something. I can't keep out any of the noises. I apologize for if there is some sort of disturbing or not wanted noise in the background of my video. It's not really my fault. I only have so much control of the space that I'm given. To make a video silent, I'd have to go back in the fucking bush with the animals, and even then there'd probably be something trying to get into it. Well, I better light this sucker up. No time like the present, right? Feeling pretty good so far. Just made some late night dinner. We had some fun today. It was pretty good. The kids are tired out. Not as tired as I would expect them to be after a full day of being out in the sun and exercising and swimming and crap, but I mean, I'm hoping that they crash soon or at least get the fuck to bed so the wife and I can sit back on the deck and have a beer and a drink or something. She doesn't really drink or smoke, so once in a while we'll sit out there under the stars or around a campfire and have a drink together. It's been about 14 years together and we can still laugh like it's our first time, so it's pretty good. I wouldn't have it any other way. I always found such great respect in couples that could be together for 40, 50, 60 years. I mean, there's something special about that. Yeah, you only get to be with the one person, but at the same time, you get to be with that one person. Like, the connection my wife and I have is pretty good. We're fairly close. And, I mean, trust me, I'm not anything. I am not perfect. I like to game. I'm probably selfish, I would say. I do things impulsively, and she has stood there by me through all of the bullshit that I have put in front of her. So, to me, that says a lot, because I definitely know that I have had some bullshit dripping out of these pockets, that's for sure. I mean, who hasn't though, really, right? Like, if you could have a clean slate with life, I probably wouldn't. I would keep it the way it is because it's made me who I am. It's made me into the person that I am. If I didn't have a hard past and my parents weren't there, maybe I wouldn't be such a good parent. Not saying that I am, trust me, I don't feel I am, but I'm here. And really, 90% of being a parent is just showing up. Trust me, there's times that I want to take my Ozpin RLB and just show them what's what. Clunk them in the head with my maze hammer, trust me. If I could whip out my avatar and show these sons of bitches what's what, I probably would, but till then I gotta try the easy approach. Come on, Maze Weavers. I mean, Mind Reavers, sorry. Maze Weaver? Where the fuck did that did that come from? That's funny. Mind Reavers. Come on. Mind Reaver. Give me the loot. Like Biggie said, give me the loot. 70. Low. It's getting low. I feel the loot is behind us from now on. Now we're just kind of losing what we did have. I bet you if we quit right now, we'd probably get more ped than if we finished this hunt out. I haven't gotten a big loot or any type of 30 pedder in a while now, so I feel the loot's probably behind us. Although it was a good hunt up until that point. We got 497 swings left. That's really close to the end. If I did have damage enhancers on it, would have definitely been a quicker hunt, but this is one of my tests I'm going to do. Going into the future, I'm definitely going to do a hunt with each. I'm going to do a hunt with damage enhancers and without damage enhancers, and then we're going to see the comparisons to it and see how it is. We're into the yellow now. That means this sword's going to break soon. Oh, instead of that, I hear a BLP. I'm not the only hunter down here now. Oh, shit. I'm fairly certain I shot that first and then he shot it right after. He's so powerful that he doesn't need to take 10 hits on these. Look at he's definitely killing these quick. Yeah. Me, I'm just using a lower level sword right now. It's nothing fancy. It's just enough to keep me through this hunt and see what we can get. I said that's definitely a fairly strong gun there. I'm not positive. I'm not going to ask or talk or anything, but just stay the hell out of his way. Oh, I guess I should switch to my sword here. I don't know why I'm using that SG takeover. That's just my tagger. Well, I think after this hunt, I'll probably head back to Planet Cyrene, regroup, cry it out a little bit, see what we can get. Oh shit, 3? That's a tough one. We haven't had 3 on us yet. Actually, they're missing quite a bit. I think if we can take one of these down, we'll survive it. We're so close to the end of the hunt now, it would be pointless to go back to the beginning. Just let us finish it out. We'll head back to the Thorophoid trade terminal. That's right outside of this, actually, where the Marsomex are. I'm not sure if there's a repair terminal or any of that, but I do know there's a trade terminal down there. honestly, I don't think we're going to get any other loot than the kidney oil and the dark slate gray. But the dark slate gray, I think I can make look good if I can get enough of those cans and put it on something. I like the gray, the black color. I'm certain there's a nice texture or type of animal hide that I would get to mix with it. Shit, my apologies. I said these are more in time now. I still can edit it and whatnot, but it's not going to be like it was. What are they saying? See, it looks like some sort of wind strike when they shoot like that. Yeah, you see the impact from that? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But those attacks, when they hit, they're pretty strong. They're not like the close range attacks. But he's fairly close. I guess it's because I'm closer to that person. Or well, monster, mob, creature, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, the loot's definitely gone. We're just going to finish this hunt out here, and that'll be it. The loot's gone out of here. I'm going to head out of this place. We haven't got a global in a while. Our pet will most likely be deteriorating at this point, I feel. When we were on a good streak, it was probably on the positive portion of things. But now that we've lost that edge that we've had at the beginning, it's probably draining from the positivity that we've had so far. 1.13 ped, that's not even covering the cost of the kill. And with no higher ped to balance it out, we're just losing now. So it's time to finish this off. There's not many hits left, and then we will. Let's get a zoom in on here on this. It's a pretty cool looking mob. I like this. I don't know. I like to change the camera angle and zoom in on it. I haven't really been doing it. I don't try not to make people sick with my movements of the camera. I know my wife is very motion sick prone, so I try to keep it steady. Although sometimes I find that it does swing around quite a bit. Alright, just a little bit more. You can see that we've gotten a decent amount of skill, bravado here. Gotten some swordsman. Where's the other one? Where's the damage? Am I blind, or was swordsman damage not in there? I must have been blind. Oh, we got a couple kills left. You never know. Ah, there it is. Swordsman damage. Yeah, see, we're gonna go up to the next level really soon here. Decent amount of skill. Level 49 with swordsman would be pretty good. Definitely an improvement from where we were. We might even be able to upgrade with another sword here eventually. I do like this sword, and like I said, this one has been really lucky to me, so I'll probably continue to use it, and the tier 6 thing really helps. I'm not certain of how much damage I can increase, because I don't think I've ever really hunted with damage enhancers, honestly. There might have actually been one mayhem where I was buying high tier guns and loading them with enhancers going into the mayhem, but the cost is just too great. I like to play slower. If I was a higher level player, I had more bank and whatnot, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, if I was getting if I had 100,000 subscribers, just as an instance, and you were making a shitload of money off of YouTube, you could do crazy hunts and do crazy things like that, but it would have to be a monetized thing where you're making money to, like a circle, continuous. The money comes in, you put it back to the videos. Money comes in, you put it back to the videos, making better and crazy content. But if I'm paying for it myself and there's no money coming into it and I'm using money to try to make this content just for the fun of it, that's different. But if you had the subscribers, you could definitely make really good videos, for sure. But it takes money to do that, right? I'm not just going to drain money of my own, but I would start from scratch, build up to something. That's where this process comes in, where I can try to make it better editing, I can get better at making videos, see what people like, people what they dislike. But this is all just for fun for me on this one anyway. But I think it would be wise to take care of social media and YouTube and all that and try to benefit from what they pay. Really. Even if it's cat videos, construction videos, cleanup videos, any type of start and finish posting results, I think there is definitely something to be made off of YouTube at this point in time. Whether it's an entropy or not, that's another story. We'll see how their creator program actually plays out. We'll see how that goes. Well, I don't know if anybody has any opinions on that. I know that I've been watching a lot of people post videos trying to get content creator status or some sort of partnership with Mindark, which would be really cool, really, but it's hard to say what the future is, especially for the streamers. Like, Mindark isn't going to pay for something that knows it's not getting views. Like, if someone's getting 40,000, 50, 60, 100,000 views in their videos, each video they post, then yeah, maybe I think it'd be worth it for them. But for them to pay really anybody is kind of, I mean, the game has run itself for 20 some odd years now, right? You're only going to be able to draw so many new people to it. Just one of those things. But what I do have to say about this is the whole Entropy universe is the people that do play it and have played it for years are dedicated, loyal members to this world. They're all very respectable people that know that respect and loyalty and good relationships are very important in this world. With such a small population overall in comparison to some video games and some worlds, it's important to contain and maintain those good relationships with people that you have. You don't want to have a bad rep going around in this world. It'll follow you. People will know who you are. Your name will get around there eventually. Whether or not it does affect you or you don't give a shit, that's one thing. But for me, money has to, you got to be able to profit off this game somewhat. Even though it doesn't seem like I do in my videos, like I said, I don't really show everything. I show simple hunts with basic equipment. You can take from that what you will, but is everybody going to reveal all their secrets in this? Nah, I don't think so. You wouldn't, if you ran a multi-billion-dollar business, you're not going to tell someone how you do it so they can come and be your competition, right? That's just, I don't think that would be kind of pointless. However, I've never had billions, so I guess I really can't speculate. If I did, though, I'd definitely buy some land in this game, I think. Billions? You need to almost buy a planet at that point. Make a new planet. When was the last time a planet came out? They're due for a new one here eventually. You think that Mindark is going to drop a new planet. You never know. With the amount of attention... Oh, look at... Oh, I thought there were several hunters over there. I really can't see. Maybe it's just the one and he's just so damn good that he's taking them all down. You never know, though. Mindark could come up with a new planet. Do you think that's possible for the future? Like, what about when Unreal 5 comes out? Do you think they might add some more content? Do you think they'll upgrade planets? Maybe create new planets? I guess it's one of those things that's kind of a mystery. Cyrene's been going crazy with their development team. It's been pretty fucking impressive. Every time I go there, it seems like there's new missions and new things to take care of. And it's really cool. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the rest of the universe. Maybe there's something that will draw me away one time, and I'll get taken over to Tulun or to Next Island or Arcadia. Let me know your experiences in the universe. I'm curious. Yeah, I post videos and I talk about my shit and what I'm doing in the game, but I'm also curious about what you guys are doing. Always, you can hit me up in the game. I talk to everybody. I feel I'm fairly easygoing. Anybody that hits me up, I'll always have a conversation with them. I'm sure that people that have talked to me in game know that just by the conversations that we've had with one another. And I do appreciate everybody that watches my videos, everyone that has been supporting the channel and subscribing and whatnot. Like I said, it's not like I care about it, but I do appreciate you. I will never say that I don't. Because everybody in this community needs to work together. Whether it's on a small scale or a large scale or any type of thing at all. This community needs to support one another. And obviously you're going to fight with each other to try to make the best markup, but on top of that, if everybody gets along, it would just make it a better place. Getting close to dying on that one. These guys are getting stronger because my armor's getting weaker. But we don't got too many more of these, and we'll be through this video. The longest one yet. I don't know how Lore Spade can stream for so long, man. That guy is a fucking beast. He's a tank. I'm having a hard time with like an hour and a half sitting here. I'm having fun, but I mean well, I guess it has been a long day though. Yeah, man. I don't know how some people are so damn good at it though. I guess it's just experience, right? I can sit here for a certain amount of time, but I almost get like fidgety, you know? Here we go. Couple more. Finish with a big off eye. Oh. It almost sounded like my avatar there, but that beer was way past its prime. It was flat. I must have been walking around with it for too long while I was cooking on the Barbie. Oh, there's only one cure for that. Another beer. We're almost done this video. I appreciate anybody that made it through it. If you didn't, that's okay too. You'll never hear me say it, but I do appreciate anybody that did make it through it. We don't got much left, much tax left, and we'll be home free. Everybody can... Well, I don't know. I like to put videos on in the background a lot of times while I'm playing. I'll be playing the game and I can have YouTube up on the side if I'm not recording myself, you know. I try to keep up on everybody's content. It is difficult. My time is limited, so if I haven't commented on your videos or anything, or it's not that I'm not watching them, it's just I'll hit it with a like and then keep going. But I do listen to a lot of people's stuff, especially at work. However, I'm not able to comment a lot of times at work. I'm at a place where I'm not supposed to really have it out, so I just have my headphone in and I'll listen to your stuff. But everybody keep up the great work with the streaming and the content. This is an awesome universe. This is a place for everybody that wants to try and have some fun or make some money. I think the money is what draws us all here originally, right? Because the game itself, like, there's obviously really good games out there in the world. There is. The one thing that continuously draws me back to this is the fact that it's a real cash economy. That's one thing that this game will always have for me above others, is the fact that it uses real money. So the risk, it's almost like, I shouldn't say this, but it's not like a gamble, but because you're using real money, it can feel like a gamble, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not saying that it's like a casino because you get loot back on this. I've gone to this casino plenty of times and lost everything, and it's awful. I stopped gambling because of it. But with this, you're guaranteed to get at least some back. Maybe not every time you're going to get back what you want, but if you get something back. However, the fact that you're using that real cash makes it a little more edgy for me, you know? I like going out there and seeing, okay, well, I got 50 bucks worth of loot or ammo. Let's see what we can get out of it. Can we get 60? Can we get 70? Maybe we can get a Hoff. That happens very, very few times, but when it does, it's pretty exciting. Let's be real. The globals hit that endorphin right in the brain just perfectly. Just perfect lag, you know? We got 12. Well, we did it, everybody. We definitely made it through this hunt. This will be probably the last mob that we're going to take down. And we're going to go see what we can get out of this. I think if we just hop back off the glass bridge here, yeah, it's going to take us right back. See, be careful when you're crossing that bridge because it warps you right back to the spot. So what did we get? Fuck all. That's what we got. We got Deep Slate Gray. Hasn't really sold. 116. It's not awful, but I wouldn't really think anything of the kidney oil. That's pretty good though. We got about 100 head over what we were looking for. It was a great time. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the hunt. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.